Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we have a special lens in the building, and that is the Viltrox 35mm F1.8 EVO lens for the Nikon Z mount. This is a full frame lens, and I've been using it for a couple of weeks now around here in Vietnam, just to document my trip around Ho Chi Minh City. First off, right off the bat, we gotta talk about the size of this thing. Now, for a 35mm f1.8, this is a very compact lens. When I took it out of the box, I'm like, damn, this thing is small. Now, if you ever used their Pro Series lens, the 50mm f1.4 Pro Series lens, that lens is so much bigger and thicker than what is on the Nikon Z6 right here. And I always liked the EVO series lens. I really like the 85mm f2 EVO lens because of, again, this compact size. I really think Viltrox is doing something special with their EVO series lines because it's like one step below their Pro, but you're still getting optical image quality. And with this one, I feel the same as well. Another part of the reason why I like the EVO lens is, the build quality of this lens. It's not gonna have all the bells and whistles like the Pro series or even the Lab series, but it has some. What I like about this lens is it has an aperture dial. It has an aperture ring. It goes from f1.8 all the way to f16, and then you also have the A button here if you want to use the front dial switch to adjust your aperture. It also has an AF/MF toggle switch. It also has an on and off click for your aperture ring. It also has an FM button right here for on the side, so you can use that as a customizable button. The front filter thread size is 58 millimeters, and the minimum focusing distance on this lens is about 34 centimeters, which is not bad for something of this focal length. Now you can get in close to get some of that background blur, and I do find the bokeh at f1.8 plus minimum focusing distance to be not bad. I enjoyed the look that I get out of this camera. Now we gotta talk about the performance of this lens and the autofocusing. They're using the STM autofocusing motors, and it does the job well for a 35mm focal length. Now, when I was walking around, in Ho Chi Minh, there's a lot of people coming across the frame. So whenever I tend to hit the autofocusing button, it latches onto like a person on a scooter really well. Now let's talk about the image quality. At f1.8, there is a heavy vignetting. That does go away once you fix it in post. So something like in Lightroom will get the job done. Another thing is that this lens is really sharp at f1.8. I have no problems with center sharpness on this lens. It's really impressive what this lens can do at f1.8. The bokeh balls, they're not really super round when you put it really close. There is some cat's eye. There is a little bit of onion ring as well. Is geared towards more the clinical side. I think that this lens is super sharp at f1.8 already. And once you stop it down, it gets even sharper. When it comes to chromatic aberrations, I did find a little bit on the 24 megapixel sensor. It's not even that much. I think if you put this on a higher resolution sensor, you're probably going to see it a little bit more. But on my Nikon Z6 III, I found just a little bit of it at f1.8, and I'm shooting this in high contrasty areas. So you really have to look for it. But other than that, I think it's well controlled in this lens. Now, we got to talk about the flaring. F1.8, I did see some flaring when you shoot this in backlight. It sort of hits on certain angles, so you can mess around with it to get like, different artistic shots if you like. The flares on this lens do look consistent with other flares from previous Viltrox lenses that came before it. So this lens is coming in at $395, and I say that's a very fair price considering the options out there for the Nikon Z mount. The 35mm f1.8 S line is around 800 bucks. So this is like half that. I never tried that lens. Hopefully in the future I can get a unit to review. But other than that, I did have a good time using this lens to just document, life here in Ho Chi Minh City. Everything is just so freaking chaotic here in the city. And I just love capturing that when I can, like the scooters, the people just driving through, just everything here was just crazy. So having something like this lens, 35mm, wide enough to capture everything, but still give you that human eye perspective has been really wonderful. I think Viltrox has been good putting up good lenses for like the past however many years that I've been using them. This one is no exception. I'm really excited about this lens, and I can't wait to, use it in like some sort of like a photo shoot environment. I did take some portraits with it, and I do like what I see with this lens. So I'm excited to actually, use it on a photo shoot and see what creative things I can come up with in the near future. So if you are interested, I'll leave the links to this lens down in the description below, and consider subscribing if you want more gear related content on the Nikon Z mounts and the Fujifilm X series cameras as well. And that is it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and thanks so